Okay, good afternoon. Hope everyone is well. So, I'm just looking at my chart here. Just trying to figure out whether this is there's a break here. I notice Dan's put that. In which case we've got to break in a new low. It's hard to say, but on this chart I've got that. So it's one of those things. It kind of fits as a spiking channel. Well, it's not even a spiking channel really. Actually, there's yeah, I suppose you consider it a spiking channel. It kind of fits okay. It works around that midline, and you can see it there and there, and a little bounce there. So it's a bit too early to tell exactly what I think it is at the moment. So I'm going to keep this on that chart, and I'm going to keep the channel that incorporates this bit on my second chart. Little Hammer, how you doing, buddy? So yeah, it's hard to know exactly whether I think it's had a break or not. So Dan's got it like that, but I'm a bit got mixed feelings here. That doesn't look too bad to me. Fits to the midline quite nice, and sort of works at the bottom. There's kind of a leg and a leg here, so I was looking for some rejection in, then maybe a lower high. But trouble is, the less price action you have overnight, and we've got this move down. Whether there's a complete channel, this is the first break, or whether it had a break, it's too early to tell really at the moment. I'm all right, mate. I feel a bit delicate. But I'm all right. I'm on the mend, I think. Excuse me. Karina, good morning to you. It's quite warm in the UK today. I've got it's going to be about 26 degrees centigrade where I am. You need to ask me a small favour. Ask away, my friend. What do you need? Channel break, new high. Okay, I think the market's open, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to say it's speeded up a little bit all of a sudden. Sorry if I'm yawning a bit. I'm doing a lot of sleeping at the moment. I think these little quick trips to hospital have worn me out a little bit. What was that indicator that tells you profit and loss next to your trade when you enter? I'll tell you, mate. It's called, I think it's order line decorator. Now, I can't remember where to get it, but I just Googled it and it is free. So yeah, order line decorator. So just Google that. That's how I found it. Someone told me about it, I don't know, a year or so ago or thereabouts. So yeah, online order line decorator. You're welcome, mate, anytime. Okay, so channel break new high. Is this, the way this is looking, it's looking to test the lows, I think. So I would suggest it probably is something like that. I actually like it as a spiking channel, so somewhere around about there. I love you too, mate. No worries, anytime. Channel break new high, push below the EMA. Let's see what happens here. It's going to have to be a failure, I think. Trouble is, you never know. Sometimes it gives you the impression that it is a channel with a break and we're looking for a new low, and other times it'll bounce and move up in a wider channel. So my gut feeling is it's come down quite a bit. There is a possibility this could push up. What do I think? It's a bit hard to say at the moment. 1.22. It doesn't say, does it? It Doesn't say here, mate. I don't know how I can check it. There's nothing that shows me there. Thank you, Karina. Yeah, there's nothing that tells me what. But I suppose anything newer. I mean, I've had this now for. God, it's over a year. Put it that way. So, I would suggest it may be updated, but I wouldn't worry about that. I wouldn't worry about that. So, what is going on here? So we need a second entry long to trigger and start to push down. So we've got a little move down, a couple of little pushes up, and then down some more. It does look like it's at least making an attempt to push down, but as I say, market has a way of doing that, sucking you in, and you, as soon as you take a step in, it tends to go against you. Medium news in 28 minutes. Yeah, we have new home sales. You never quite know what medium's going to do nowadays. Sometimes it just spikes like crazy. Other times it does nothing. It's funny. It's changed really, medium impact news. Maybe 6 or 8 months ago. In fact, I think it was maybe a little bit longer than that, 10, 11 months ago. I never even paid any attention to medium impact news. And all of a sudden, we just got a massive move on one of them. And ever since then, it's just... okay, so there's a second entry long there. My gut feeling is this is going to come down now. So I'm going to open an order ready.
Order
it needs
submitted.
to push up a little bit more than that, though, to be fair. Channel down. One attempt to go higher, second attempt to go higher. I'm looking for a bearish bar here now, which would be a second entry short. So, second entry long. I'd like to trigger above that and then start to push down. Okay, that's ticked that bar. Let's see what happens now. Second entry short here wouldn't be bad. I don't think we're going to get it, are we? Trouble is, we've pushed up. We've made one attempt to go lower, second attempt to go lower, so it could come. It's hard to say at the moment. It's not super clear. Okay, if this doesn't come bearish now, then I'm not interested. If it's going to come down, it has to go down from there, really. We've had a push below the EMA, one attempt to go high, second attempt. If this continues up, then it's a no-go. It needs to finish very bearish here. Otherwise, it's a no. If it holds, it's going up to this level here, so... No good. It's going to have to push below the EMA and give us a lower high. Otherwise, I'm not interested. Okay, I'm cancelling this order, I think. There's
Order
no interest in me
cancelled.
now. This, just looking at this other... if this pushes below the EMA and can hold, then it may come down. So keep an eye on that. Hey Sam, how you doing, pal? So yeah, it looks like it's testing this area. So Whether we've had a break, 2 attempts to go low, and this is going out. It's hard to say. I mean, this could have already made a break. It depends how you got it drawn, really. I actually preferred that, to be honest with you. I like the way it's... it just looks better, I think. Sometimes it's just about what it looks like, isn't it, really? It's got to visually look right. It's visually working at that angle, so maybe we have a couple of attempts and then it comes down, but... one attempt to go higher, second attempt to go higher. So news is in... Oh, we still got 20 minutes. That's okay. Okay, there's a second entry short there. Possibly. So we got a little channel here with a break and a new high. Bar's no good. This doesn't look like it's strongly moving up. It looks like it's had one clear attempt to push higher and didn't work, and now it's another attempt. If this pushes below that EMA, in my opinion is, then it's coming down. So we've had kind of our one move up, pull back, second move up. And if it gets below that EMA, my guess then it's going to do that. They're quite broad, see, so the only other option is we may be doing a bit of a range, in which case we're at the top and it's likely to come down anyway. So if we need to get below that EMA, so let's get an order ready, see if we can get some sort of a lower high or something here. But my gut feeling is now there's 2 attempts to push up and we're pushing below that EMA. So let's see if it holds. There's definitely going to be some liquidity down here.
Order cancelled.
Okay, excuse me just a second. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be a minute. Hold on a second. Hold on a minute. Just seeing if this pushes down. No, I'm going to leave it. I'll be back 1 minute. Not sure about that. Excuse me a sec. Kind of looks like a triple test across the top. This does look like it may be coming down and testing these lows. There'll be liquidity down here, depending on whether you've got this with a break. I can't see why it wouldn't come down here. I mean, we pushed up 3 times and pushed down relatively strongly. If it's a range, you'd expect it to come down to the lows anyway. If the channel's valid, 2 pushes up, you'd expect it to come down and test the lows. Doesn't look like an uptrend to me, in the slightest. Okay. Got a channel down there with a small break now. Some may consider that a lower high. I'm not going to. It's gone a bit too far in my opinion. And part of the reason is it could trigger you and come up a bit higher before it pushes down. It's tempting, but I'm going to leave it alone here. I'm guessing it would probably work. But I'm just sitting tight here a minute, just in case. So we've got a small marker with a break and a new low. It's a little bit unclear. I mean, my gut is telling me it's more than likely going to come down at least below these areas here. But at the moment, it's a little bit messy. So I think the safest answer is to do nothing. If you're not clear, really, it's just not worth taking. Hey Sam, how you doing? Jay, sorry, how you doing, bud? Trend line going the other way, possibly. I'm guessing you put that comment around about here when it looked like it could go up. Yeah, it's not super clear, is it really? I mean, there is a possibility there could be something wider, which is taking us down. There is a failure there. Trouble is, it's nice having failures when you're trapping longs. This doesn't look like an area where people would buy to me. It's in the middle of this lot, so So, you know, obviously failures, you can have strong failures, can't you, where you can clearly see you're trapping traders, but second entry long, that's not an area you would generally buy. Doesn't look like it to me. So, if you took that, triggered you, and I'm pretty sure it will stop you out. I don't know how far it went. I'm guessing not far. So, depending on where you got in, a tick below there, you'd have squeezed a point. It's not enough, really, to be fair. It's a bit unclear. It just doesn't look strong to me. And all it's done really is just trapped a few traders, pushed up. I think this, if it's bearish, is more likely to push down. But same again, it's a bit choppy and a bit unclear. It may trigger you, stop you out. It may do the same here because it's just not clear. It's a little bit choppy. So there's nothing you can really do here. I wouldn't do anything here either. I think that's certainly got more chance of working than that did, but that's not what I want really. I mean, we have made 2 attempts to push higher. We have made a new low, but we've made a second attempt. So, you know, I'm guessing it probably will, but at the moment, while it's choppy, it's just not worth it. Yeah, I mean, straight away, as soon as it's triggered, it's come back up to the EMA and you got doji there. So this could do absolutely anything, really. This is a toss of a dice whether it goes above that or continues down. It really is. I think a lower high here somewhere might not be a bad option. It's just not clear. Let's have a quick look, see how everyone else is doing after the open. Let's have a look at.
I have no time to look at.
Oh, ouch. No, it's not too bad. No, he's up more than he's down. Yeah, news in 10 minutes. How's Nutty doing? He's just done some evaluations at the moment, a little bit on some of his other accounts, so not a lot. Not a huge amount you can do at the moment. Triple test, second entry short here, maybe. It would have to look right, though. So we've cleared any possible liquidity here, there. Let's see. You know, I was very, very tempted to take that second entry short, but in all honesty, it's just sideways and choppy. I think it would probably work, but it's risky. We've got this channel down with a couple of attempts, but it's just chop, 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 and it gets very... if you get a lower high, then I'm guessing that may probably push down, but... I mean, look at that. It's triggered you by a few ticks, and it's already starting to work up, so... It's just too risky. It may hold. I was very tempted to hit the button there, but it just something didn't feel right. And we've got some news coming up in 6 minutes. Another good reason not to get in it, because as it's choppy like that, it may trigger it. It may take a few minutes to do something. That's if it does work. So simple answer is, so I'm just going to make a quick cup of tea while we're waiting on the news. Good time to do it. So I'm just going to pop that there. News is basically in 5 minutes, so I'll make a quick cup of tea and I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, leg up, sideways, leg up. Now let's see where this goes. We've had the news, haven't we? Yes, news is done and dusted. So we've cleared out any liquidity here and here. So let's see if this thing comes back into this range. I'm not super convinced it will. There is a lower high there, but I'm not too sure. Something I don't like about it. Looks naff anyway, so. Yeah, so it would have triggered you. And stopped you out, I think. Well, it hasn't as yet, but I'll be surprised if it doesn't. This is all trappy anyway, so so there may be a channel up there. I'm just not so sure at the moment, so I'm just going to sit tight. Stacking up now, nothing you could do here. It's still possible that this could continue down, but it's a bit too unclear. There could be a bit of a channel working up. It's not very nice though, so at the moment I just ain't doing nothing. For me, it's got to push above there. That bar there, there's a lower high there, so there's probably going to be a few traders who took that, which is stopped out now. So let's see if it reacts off this and pushes down. Technically, there's a second entry short there, a failure, so let's see if it reacts to this. Excuse me a sec. Would like to see a push down. There's bound to be liquidity here. It's known whether we're going to get it. It's very tempting, that is. Not now. Doesn't really fit very nice like that. I think it's... That probably would be a little better. I'd love to see this flush down. Struggling to get up. We pushed up out, but as soon as that bar closed, it triggered and started to move down. So for me, I'd love to see this push down. Whether it will or not is a different matter. Very easy to get sucked into a direction here. 1 minute looks like it's going up, but when you see these little moves here and it goes slowly, as we know, it'll often have a quick flush down. So sometimes, you know, there's going to be some looking for long ins, some looking for shorts. It's unclear. And I try and avoid that, try and avoid getting sort of sucked into a direction when the honest answer is it's just not clear at the moment. You know, it is gradually moving, but sometimes it does that. Sometimes the slower this grind up, the quicker it can drop down. So the simple answer is sit back and have a cup of tea. still think this is going to flush. That's interesting. There's definitely a battle going on here, isn't there? If it gets below there, I'd expect it to get below there if it does. But it does seem to be hold. Well, we'll see if it holds. It's just a no trade zone anyway. This thing could absolutely launch up from here, or it could come straight down. There's definitely liquidity up there. You can see that we've had one push out which failed and a second push out which failed. Well, as of yet, but we are holding. You can see there's some support across there. So I think really we need to get below areas like that and that. If we can get below there, there'll be some buyers here that will absorb them buyers a bit, and I think it may make it a bit easier to come down, but it could bounce. We could have two legs, could drop below there a bit, and then off it trots. But it's just not very clear that it's going up. It's just a little bit, as I say, sometimes that slower it goes up, the quicker it comes down. It sucks in sort of traders. Certainly around here, you don't really want to be buying there, I think. I shouldn't. So often areas like that gets kind of liquidated quick. Trades like that, sometimes if it still is bullish, but it's just having a sweep before it moves, sometimes these areas will hold. But I'd expect it's got below that bullish bar there. There's another one there I'd expect it to get below, which it has. It's had a little drop there, so guessing it's picked up those orders, which gave it that quick little point or so drop. So now, as I say, sometimes these areas are safe. It might clear up the weaker positions first before it pushes up, but at the moment, I really don't know. Two attempts to go lower, cleared out liquidity. This may be a really good position to go long, but at the moment, it's very tempting to take that. I don't think that's a bad trade at all. As I say, places like that, you may say a few attempts to go low. It might be a strong position. But I'm staying out here regardless, because if that finishes bullish, I don't think that's a bad two legs down. It's very tempting. It's very tempting. It's quite a strong bar. It finished, it backed up a couple of ticks. It is two legs down, and as I say, it's cleared out a lot of liquidity. It's left that one, but I think that's quite strong. It's quite snug on that EMA, so I don't think it's a bad option. So is there something larger? Does it look any better? There may be. I don't think that was a bad trade, actually. It's kind of gone without me anyway. I don't think I could get back into that. See if it gives us a higher low.
Order submitted.
Very tempting. Do you know what? I actually like that. Let's see if it gets us on a limit order. No. Just it pushed up and it went above it and came down. No, I'm not
Order
sure here.
cancelled.
I don't think it's a bad trade, actually. I know it's struggling a bit. Hmm.
Order submitted.
I actually don't mind that. Two strong legs down. It's clearly holding there. See if it gets us on a limit. It may have gone too far now. Mind you, it's struggling to get up, isn't it? It's going sideways now, so I still think it'll likely work.
Order cancelled.
Say what I'm going to do. 388.
Order filled.
Order filled.
I'm going to take it on just one of my accounts. It's not a huge risk. I think it'll work, I do. I like the two legs down. Let's just keep it at the 150.
Target
that
filled.
Order filled.
looks like it's going to break that. Yeah, it is. So I saved myself a few ticks anyway. I thought it was worth it. I like the 2 legs. It certainly looks like it's trying to push up. No. That looks a bit better to me.
Order submitted.
We've cleared some liquidity, so
Order cancelled.
okay, let's get back to where we were. 1 out.
Order submitted. Order cancelled.
Okay, I'm going to knock it on the head there, folks. I think I still don't feel too well. I'm burning up here a little bit. So I'm going to go and have a rest for a bit, and I might come back for an hour later. So best of luck today. I hope you get a setup. I'll be back tomorrow, so stay safe, have a great evening, and we'll catch up tomorrow. Bye for now.